Lenovo Y510p. So what it comes shipped with generally from out of the box is this huge power brick. It's not super heavy, so it shouldn't be difficult to carry around, but it's still, by just looking at the size, let's just put my phone against it. This is the S4, so you can see it's generally massive from the side. So even from the side, it's like massive, massive, massive. So yeah, let's put that down. It comes with a user guide, generally that sort of stuff like that. It comes in two variants. It comes with actually three variants. It comes with a Blu-ray, a DVD, which this is a DVD drive, which you can replace in and out. You can just swap it out whenever you want. Or you get a graphics card with it, an extra graphics card, which is generally the gaming selling point. SLI GT 750Ms. So let's just talk about the physical appearances and things like that. It has a metal aluminum finish. It is fingerprint resistant. Fingerprints do show up fairly easily, but if I just keep doing this, nothing really shows up. So I'd say resistant. So it is 15.23 inches across, 10.2 inches width, and has a height of 1.4 inches when it's closed at its thickest point, which is right around the back, right there. So you can see it's generally thin for a gaming laptop. It's actually really sleek looking. The sides kind of become plasticky, which I don't like. They could have gone with the metal, but, well, must have been some engineering perspective. So on the left side, it has a headphone jack, a mic jack, a USB 2 always on port, which basically means if it is asleep or hibernating, you can still charge your phone, which some laptops don't do. It has a UltraBay slot over here, which, like I said, you can replace in and out with a DVD drive, Blu-ray drive, and a graphics card. The graphics cards come in two variants, GT 755M or GT 750M. They're basically quite similar when it comes to performance, maybe a little bit boost with the 55M. Moving on to the right side, it has a power port right there, a reset button over there, a what's it called? Heat sink over there. So basically that's where the second graphics card resides, or originally the first one, which is inbuilt inside the laptop. A DVI out, HDMI, two USB 3s, and one HDMI over there. Oh, sorry, this is the Ethernet port, yes. In the front, it has a SD card slot over there, which basically comes with a Lenovo sticker-like thing, which you stick in there for keeping it clean. Comes with a couple of LED indicators, which show if it's charging or not, which is generally how it looks on the outside, on the top and all three sides. Let's flip it to the bottom. The bottom is actually really interesting. It has the battery over here. It has the UltraBay over here, which is designed just really nicely. This, I think, is just for design. I don't think it serves a purpose really. But here's a huge heatsink. This kind of gets warm on your lap if you keep using it for heavy gaming, like Civ 5 for maybe 4 hours or so. There are the four rubber thingies. I still don't know what they're called. Should really find that out. And so that kind of concludes what it does on the outside and how it looks. Let's move on to the insides. So this is how the laptop looks when it's opened up. It has two JBL speakers, which are really good. So if you're in a classroom and presenting, you can just put the laptop down and use it as a speaker instead of buying external speakers, which some laptops do. Actually, most laptops need them. It has a 720p webcam, which works really well. It has a inbuilt camera app, so if you want, you can click a picture and just keep it as your account photo or something like that. I don't know. Which is Skype, I suppose. Sorry. Two GT 750Ms or 755Ms, where they come in two variants. Intel Core i7 4700MQ, a 15.2 inch display, or 15.3 inch display. Yes, a 15.3 inch display, 1080p. and the colors are phenomenal. They're kind of like an AMOLED display. I really don't want to put it on that spectrum, it's not that saturated, but the viewing angles are really nice. The color brightness, the display, you won't be dissatisfied with the display. It attains the true blacks, the bright colors, it gets everything. It goes really dim, so you can work in darkness, pitch black. You wouldn't be hurting your eyes too much. I don't want to say you would not be hurting your eyes entirely, because you're still staring at a screen in entire darkness. And it goes up really bright, so you can kind of use it in moderate amount of sunlight, not directly facing the sunlight. The screen is a matte display, so it doesn't reflect you as much. Of course, it still tends to do it, but compared to other glossy displays that I've seen, like the Lenovo Z10, which I'll have a link in the description so you can see the review of that one too, that has a glossy display, so it keeps reflecting you. Kind of doesn't look that nice as a matte display does. The keyboard lights up red. You can kind of adjust the brightness that you want on it. That's a low red, and then there's a hot red. So yeah, that's about all the keyboard does for you. And the keyboard is kind of curved. The keys are a tiny bit curved over here, so it's easier for typing. I kind of like it, but it doesn't make a major difference in typing. I still tend to mistype, like press random stuff like that. It has a number key. What I don't like about this number key, two things. Basically, there's no spacing in between here like some of the bigger keyboards have. I would really like it if I could differentiate between these keys over here and the number pad over here. They kind of blend together if you're just looking at it, because there's so many tiny little things going on everywhere on the laptop keys over here. It kind of gets really confusing. I'd like it if there was a tiny bit of gap over here so I could actually identify the num block and the number pad basically. Everything else is quite nice, fun to type on, don't make too many mistakes. I generally just make a lot of mistakes, so that's nice. It has a trackpad. The trackpad, it is decent. Not top class when it comes to using it. It looks amazing, but if I'm playing games and I'm like tapping them both, it tends to just lock up. It thinks I'm trying to zoom into the game because it has the multi-touch thing going on. So that I find a little bit annoying, but still, while using it, I prefer it over the little button key thingies because this looks a lot more sleek and it's easier to press instead of big button pressing things which you have to press all the way down. It has one downside about the two graphics card. It does not activate without the power. If you don't have it plugged in, it'll switch to its internal Intel HD 4600, which will basically just get you through your desktop and Word. If you want to start any game, any minimal graphics, a minimal I mean playing even the smallest amount of games on it. Like League of Legends, I would consider that really low end. It wouldn't play on it too well. It would on a low setting, but if you're maxing it out, it just wouldn't play on it, generally speaking. But if you're plugged in, ready to go, it'll basically play all the games really well. I'll have a link in the description and in the annotations actually, I'll put them in there. I'll put some gaming tests I've done against Alienware and Asus. The Asus upcoming, so I'll put that in there. Alienware, that I've already done, so you can test it out against Alienware and just see how the performance works. I've had multiple games, you can just test how they all work before you purchase this gaming laptop. It's super thin, really nice for students who like gaming, but if they're in, let's say you can carry it around, it'll work. It'll give you around 4 hours, and that's a bit exaggeration by Lenovo. It'll maybe give you 3 if you're using it. On the lowest brightness, you shut down everything, maybe it might squeeze out 4. Still, but if you're using kind of decent amount of brightness, you can see some Wi-Fi, Bluetooth stuff is on, so you kind of get around 3 to 2 hours, 45 minutes, maybe 3. So yeah, so now let me just show you how to take the UltraBay out and how to switch around. It's really simple. Alright, so here is the UltraBay. So all you want to do, I'm just going to do it, so I'm just going to, first you have to turn off your laptop. Take out the battery, because they have some locks in there. there's a tiny little knob over here which you gotta switch on. It's not really on, just unlock it. And you push this down and you grab it and just slide it out. It's just that simple. So that is how the graphics card looks when it's out. I can interchange it with a DVD drive right here. I can just put it in there. It'll work as you just plug it in. I had an issue where the graphics card would not be picked up. So I returned it to Lenovo. They sent me a little box which I put the laptop in and shipped it back to them. And they actually replaced the entire motherboard. They replaced everything. Basically a new laptop. So all you do is just put that in there and snap back. It cost me nothing to get it replaced, which was really nice. They even sent me the box. I didn't have to pay for the shipping or anything. So you put that in place, slide the battery in, lock it, and that's it. You're good to go. You turn the laptop on and voila, the graphics card works, or the DVD drive works, so you can install a game and just play it. But usually most people just use Steam now, so that's kind of become unnecessary. But yeah, this concludes my video on the Lenovo Y510p. This is my daily driver for now because basically it's portable and amazing. Best way to sum it up. And yeah, thanks for watching.